Alright everyone, you're back for another video on Game of Thrones Kingsroad, in which one that time I want to talk about the best way to acquire some copper in game. And I'm not talking about only 10k per day or something like that. No, I am talking about 2,400,000 copper. 2,400,000. Yes, you heard me correctly. That's an insane amount, but that's a one shot. But trust me, if you are stuck at some point in game, you want to do that, so you will have that extra copper and you will be able to enhance your artifacts, your jewels, everything you want. Alright, so there are more ways, so I'm gonna cover everything in that video, don't worry guys. But right before we get into the content, as always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment below. And if you want to support me as a content creator, you will find a link in the description of all my videos. Just need to click on that link, click on one button, and there we go, you are supporting me. By doing that, you are getting some golden dragon and more rewards during the month and later, and I am getting a percentage like 1%, 2%, it depends on the number of supporters I have on my channel, based on everything you are gonna purchase in game if you want to purchase anything. Because let me remind you that you don't need to buy anything in the game to progress, to complete the entire content with your 3 characters. Alright, so it's time to talk about the real subject of the video: how to farm a ton of copper. The best way is to liberate the different occupied side you have on the map with your 3 characters. For that, imagine I am stuck on my main character, alright? So I'm just gonna switch my class and I'm gonna go with another character. So in that case, I'm gonna take the Cell Sword. I discovered the entire map with all my classes, but with this one, I saved the occupied side on the map. Okay, so let me check. These are the white signposts here that I can't claim if I don't clear the side here in question. And basically, look at the reward. You get a ton of experience, but you are also getting 52k copper every time you clear a side. This is a one shot, but basically look at the amount you have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is only in the reach. The last zone, you have 8 per character, and if I go north here, you have a white one in the second part of the gift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because I already captured this one. 8 in the north, 8 in the south, 16 in total with all your characters. So do some math. If you calculate that, you have basically 800k copper that you can claim with every single character in game. 2,400k copper. So basically, if you are stuck on your main character, just stop playing with your main character. You have 2 things to do. The first thing is to craft some jewels. Use your golden dragon there. Use basically your golden dragon for refilling your stamina, your RP once or 2 times a day. You are just gonna need a few. Then switch your character, go on your secondary classes, try to push a bit the story so you can unlock the different occupied side on the map and capture them all. Look at that, even the first one are giving 51k. Alright, so this is the copper I have at the moment, and I'm gonna complete every single camp with my secondary class here, the Cell Sword, and we will see at the end how much copper I have. Okay, so that was the last camp. Now let's see the copper I have. Almost 900k. So I told you, this is the best thing to do if you are lacking some copper, if you want to progress in game. Just do that with all your characters. You will have a ton of copper and you can upgrade everything you have. So this is the one shot, and now there are other ways to get some copper. So then there is another thing that you can do, and basically you can do that when you reach Old Town and when you progress a bit the quest. You just need to go here to the amphitheater and you have something that you can repeat 5 times a day with your 3 characters to get basically daily 30k copper. It's gonna require a lot of time if you don't have a high momentum, but once you have enough damage with your characters, basically I'm gonna show that to you. This is a kind of arena that you can complete 5 times a day with every character. You need to spend 500 copper if you want to enter, but at the end, by completing that, you can get 3000. So let's challenge that. You will see that it goes pretty fast. So this is my main character, so it will go even faster than normal. So let's just enhance my damage. Okay, first wave done. Then you have 4 small minions, and then you have 2 elite guards to kill. So as you can see, the second wave is already over. Now the big guy is coming here, so let's enhance my damage. He's gonna attack me, so let's try to parry. I have some extra damage. I finished my combo. This one is dead, another one is coming. Let's just wait for him to attack. Let's do a parry. Complete my combo. And he's dead. There we go. I can claim a 3k copper. Just need to retalk to that guy, say I am ready, and do that with your 3 characters. If you have the momentum required, you can get 30k copper per day by doing that with all characters. Then you will find another one in High Garden here, but this one is a bit different. So you can get basically the same amount of copper here with all 3 characters daily, but the thing is that you need to refill your bolts if you want to do that. For example, I'm gonna show that to you. I have my 8. So I'm just gonna target all the things here. 2 more. And there we go, it's already over. So this one is faster than the others, but you need to craft the bolts if you want to acquire the copper here. Or you need to find some chests refilling your bolts, because now it's over, my bolts are gone, and I just can't redo that, because if I retry, let's say I am ready. Let's go. It doesn't refill my arrows. So I can get 1 through here, but it takes some time, and I'm getting only 1, and then I need to wait. So if I want to redo that again, it's taking more time, and he has time to shoot again. I don't have time to refill my bolts. You see? So here, I might not get the 3k copper. And no, I'm getting only 2k. If you want to know where you can refill your projectiles, then you will find that map in the description of all my videos. Basically, you have some filters on the right, and you see directly the location of the chest giving some projectiles or HP tinctures. You can also check all the gathering materials you have on the map. So this is a very, very good map. You also have the lost letters. So here, in that case, you want to refill your projectiles, so just by teleporting on that signpost there, you have a 1 chest on the right, you have another one top, and another one right above as well. There is another great spot where you can find 2 more here on the right, second zone of the gift, and right next to the wormworks at the north, you can find another one here. Then you just need to zoom out, and you can find every single location to refill your bolts. And one tips, by the way, for the players who are lacking some potions all the time, you can just basically switch to another character. The HP tinctures are shared between your 3 characters, so just put your character here at the chest, play with your main character, and once you need to refill your potions, just log out with your main, go on your secondary character, take the potions, go back on your main, and continue your content. You will have your potions refilled by doing that. Then there is still something else that you can do if you want to get some extra copper daily with your 3 characters. There are some spots on the map, I'm gonna show them to you so you know about it. You need to go there with your 3 classes and take the different chests. So the first one, the first zone is Castle Black. Just need to teleport there. And right here, you already have 1 chest inside. 400 copper. This is not a lot for the first chest in Castle Black, but the next ones are gonna give more. And by looting the chest, you are also getting some gear that you can use for your set research. You have also other things such as that barrel. You have another box there, so you can get some goods that you can sell at a merchant. So right next to the expedition guy, there is another box here. For another 400 copper, you have the other box here next to that guy there. And if you go above, there is another one right inside that building here. Right behind the table there. Another 400 copper. And another weapon. You have a weapon in every chest. Then in the north, close to Dreadfort, when you are going to Drogon here, you have another one right there. So here basically you are gonna have a bit more copper because you have a big chest behind this guy here. Let me show that to you. Normally in this one, I'm getting 900 copper. With all 3 characters, and I'm starting to get some tier 2. Then in that little house there, you have some more. Another 630, a tier 2 ordinary armor, you have some more things to loot, some extra copper, some extra goods as well. Then you need to go to the reach, and here you have way more. Oh, and by the way, I just noticed that I still have 2 camps to liberate here with that character, so I'm gonna do these a bit later. So here you have that camp. This is the last one, the hardest one to complete at the north of the reach. Normally here you have 2 chests giving some 750 copper, something like that, and a tier 4 weapon inside. So the first one is right here at the entrance, 730 copper, and a tier 4 weapon. Then you have another one here, so already 2, and there is even one more if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right here on the docks. So 3 bucks here. Then you will find that village here, you need to liberate that camp, and after that you have 3 more boxes to loot inside. So basically, generally I teleport here and they are on the roof. So there is one roof here. Just need to get above. Almost here. Come on. And here you directly have 2 chests. The first one's here, 730 copper. Then you have some tier 4 boots. Then a tier 4 Superior's dagger, and you have 730 more copper as well. And you have one more on that roof here. And you have more things to loot as well for the goods as always. So normally right here you have the last chest. Then still in the reach you have that zone, that little village. You need to liberate this one, and then you will find more boxes as well. One more time, same rewards. Twice already. And there is another chest right here as well. So 3 more chests in that zone. And then you will find some more here, still in reach, at Colvin's camp. You have 1 box here, 680 copper, but tier 3 grade materials inside that time. That was the only one here, but you can access that very fast from that signpost here. And so, yeah, I probably missed a lot, so let me know in the comment below if you know where I can find some others. That would be great. So later, I'm gonna make a video with the route, the best route to take to farm these. That would be interesting. And after selling the goods, I had just a bit more than 10,000, so 10,000 per character daily, so a total of 30,000 per day. Then of course there is another way to get some. You have the collections here, and this is something that you can acquire without the need of crafting anything. Just by completing some hideouts, killing some enemies, opening some chests in the hideouts, or completing some camps, you can get a bunch of these. Then still in the hideouts, you can get some purples by claiming the rewards at the end for the savant set. So you can advance that tier here, and later you will be able to craft some, but I don't really recommend to farm that. You cannot get some copper here, you get a golden dragon only, and same for the last rarity here, but you can get some of these, and through farming the camps you get some materials, and if you are in need of copper, you just need to craft the missing pieces of gear here and claim the reward at the end. You have a lot of copper to get for every single set. Then of course you will find the achievements as well, in which you can acquire a lot of copper inside by completing a few quests over your journey in Game of Thrones Kingsroad. So just do that, complete that, and you are gonna get some more. Through the expeditions as well, you are getting some goods that you can sell for a very high amount of money. And by completing some expeditions, sometimes you're gonna have some duplicates on your artifacts, and just by refining them with the research you can get 30k copper with 1 refinement on a purple one, and on a blue one you are getting 6k each. And if you want to get some expeditions, there are some ways to acquire some easily. Alright, you can do that with all your 3 characters. You have the guidebook here, the different missions for the chapters, and basically you can do that with all your 3 characters, and inside you're not only gonna get some copper and crafting materials, but you are also getting some cards here, green ones, you have some blue ones as well, you are getting some sigils and other stuff as well to craft many things. So if you are lacking some materials or anything in the game, just complete the different chapter missions with your 3 classes and you are gonna get some extra rewards and also some golden dragon. You can also complete the worm walks if you want to get some extra. For example, here you get some copper every time you complete some stars. You get also some wagons for the expeditions. With your 3 characters, you can claim these rewards. You get golden dragon, you get crafting materials, you get potions to recast your gear, you get a bunch of amazing stuff inside of that. And then of course you will find the different activities where you need to spend your RP. For example, the dungeons here. You can farm these if you want to have some copper, if you want to have some gear. This is an amazing way to get some. First of all, you get 1400 copper every time you complete that, but you are also getting 2 of these blueprints here. And you can get the same on every single dungeon, alright? So you are not forced to be in endgame and start farming this one to get some, and basically at one point you are gonna have a ton of them if you repeat the dungeon, and just you can go in the shop here and sell these for some extra copper. Look at all the copies I have on my class, on my character at the moment. Every single one cost 500 copper. So if I was selling every single one, I would have a bunch of extra copper as well. And I don't need to have as many as that. Because if I show you the crafting, for example, I'm gonna unselect everything, gonna take only the epic and legendaries, the tier 4 champion set. This is what I need. Only one to craft one piece of gear. But I am almost never getting epic and legendary pelts. So I just don't care. If you want to craft a normal blue gear, you don't even need that. So I have an excellent. I just can sell most of the ones I have on my character at the moment to get some extra copper as well. But is this the best content to farm with the RP to get some copper? You get basically, if you are selling everything all the time, 2460 copper with 25 RP, but you're getting some better gear as well. You have a chance to drop a legendary weapon or gear, so this is something cool to do even in endgame. But you will find the different camps on the map as well, giving you some experience, some more gear as well, and some materials to craft some gear. And for only 7 RP, it's giving to you 1650 copper. So in my opinion, this is probably one of the best thing to do. I don't know, there is maybe something even better than that, and I'm talking about the Ferocious Beast. If you are lucky, you can obtain one of these items. This is a blue one, this is pretty rare, but if you have that, you just need to report to the master, and in my case, for the last one, I would get 80k copper 5 times on my characters. So this is an amazing way to get some extra copper. And by farming these, you can get also some more sigils, you can get some purple gear for the 7 set, and a legendary piece of gear as well. So this is probably the best way to acquire some copper through using your RP. The third beast is giving you 70k copper each. The second beast is giving 50k, and the first one is giving 40k. Something more, during your exploration, sometimes you will find some events, such as this one that you can see on the map. You have a white dot, and just need to talk to the NPCs or clear the situation, and after that you are getting some extra copper. Generally it's around 1200 copper each. This is what I got. So then there is still something else that you can sell if you want to have some extra copper. If you don't care about some of the flowers you are gathering on the ground, the blue ones can be sold for a pretty nice price. For example, these ones, I got them by farming the hideouts. And if I sell every single one I have, I'm getting 8k copper, which is pretty nice. And if I sell every single one, I would get even more. So then, this is mostly an endgame feature, but you need to know about it. Once you have all your legendary jewels upgraded to the maximum, as I have here, I need some duplicates if I want to level them up a bit more. As I did for my necklace here, this is recasted one time, so I can upgrade this one to plus 14. But now I am stuck, and so I still need to continue crafting some, but then I can sell my jewels, and you can get some by farming. I'm gonna talk about that a bit later. So if you go to any merchant, basically you go to sell equipment, jewels, and you can sell all your jewels. In fact, you are gonna be forced to do that because by crafting some, you are gonna reach your max capacity in your inventory, and you will be forced to sell some. So basically, if I select all the green and blue ones ones I have, I can sell them for 45k copper. You can sell the ones you craft, but in that case, if I get a blue, I'm selling that for 1600 copper. The price to craft one is 2600, so in that case, I'm not earning some. And same for the green ones, you have the same price, and for these ones, you get only 200. But you can acquire some by completing some content in game, and for that, you have the different hideouts on the map. And basically, I can get some blue here every time I am doing the hideouts. You can do them one time per day with every single character in game and in every chest, or sometimes by defeating some enemies. I'm not sure if we can get some by killing enemies, but you can get some green ones, some blue ones in the chest and in that hideouts here, in the one on the right, in the one in the bottom, and I'm pretty sure that you can also get some in the other hideouts in the north area. And by selling these, you are getting also a lot of extra copper. Then, if you still have a lot of time during the day, if you want to have some extra copper, you can basically try to kill the animals you encounter. It's gonna require some bolts if you are not fast enough, otherwise just need to run like that. One hit, you get some XP, and sometimes you are getting some sheepskin. If I'm not mistaken, there is no thing that you can craft using these pelts, so they are only good to sell. And basically, you are getting 180 copper each, so in total I have 56, I can sell them for 10k. So yeah, let's just continue killing them. Look at that, I'm getting another sheepskin, and I am getting as well some animal oil that I can use to craft some good potions for my character. So sometimes it might be a bit hard to kill them without using any projectiles, but I'm pretty sure that you can do that. There we go, another sheepskin. There is another one right here and another one top here. Let's go, I'm getting another one. There is 2 more here. Another one's dead. This one was in the animation, so it was even easier. This one is gonna get stuck. Let's go. Pretty nice. It goes fast, you get a few experience as well, because this is one of the first zone in game near Dragon Fight. But if I go in the reach now, I don't know if it is the best place. I never tried to find a good spot for that. I think that here, this is a good spot, and here as well. But here you have some wolves, you get some experience when you are killing them, you get some animal oil as well for your crafting, and you get a pretty nice amount of experience as well. So to kill the wolves, of course, you are gonna need to have some damage. 29 XP per wolf, I'm getting some raw meat, sometimes some animal oil. I don't really think that this is the best thing to do, but then you have these little sheeps here. 29 XP, sheepskin as well. And if you are skilled enough, it might go very fast. Look at that, another 29 XP. This one, I don't want to die apparently. Alright, buddy, you are gonna die. And I'm missing my bolt, so this is absolutely great. Let's go, he's dead. There are some more over there. 1 more. 2 more. And yeah, there we go. You got a lot of sheepskin, so you can sell them all the time, and you get some experience as well, so this is a pretty good thing to do if you have nothing else to do on the map. By the way, every time you kill some enemies in the hideouts or in the camps, they have sometimes some loot. They can drop some gear, and later, very in-game, like when you upgraded every single set research here to +40, to level 40, then you will be able to sell your gear for some extra value, for some extra copper. And so basically here, I am on my main character, so let's see how much copper I can get by selling my gear. So for a tier 3 basic helmet, I'm getting 163. I'm getting a bit more for a tier 4 basic stuff, and if I have a set, I'm getting 1000 copper. So I don't recommend to do that unless you really need a ton of copper to upgrade one more thing to progress through the content, and if you can't wait, save your gear for the different sets of set research. This is gonna be better, but in variant game, you know about that, you can start selling your gear. But it will happen maybe in 1 month, so you don't really care about that tip here, right? Then you have the rankings, and here you can get a ton of copper weekly. So basically, if I go there, it starts on content. You have 4 different content that you can farm for free without the need to spend anything. If you check the ranking, you are getting a ton of copper and other rewards as well if you can get at the top. So let me explain how the rankings are working. So basically, for the enemy hideouts, you are getting like, if I remember, that was 30 points with the first hideouts, then 40, then 50, something like that. The higher the difficulty, the more the points you are getting for the hideouts. For the bandit camps, you are getting 10 points per camp. So people are farming a lot here, but you need to know about that because you have the same rewards. Golden Dragon, you have some expedition certificates. You double the rewards when consuming RP. It can save some time for you. And you get a lot of copper as well here. Same for the Echoes of the Past. You are not even forced to claim the reward at the end. In fact, when you clear a content, if you don't want to claim the reward, you just don't need to click on claim reward. You have a small icon. You just need to click on that icon to reset, delete the reward. And so you have the same for the Ferocious Beast here. Same rewards on every single ranking in the content there. Then you have the world events. Here you just need to kill dragon very often and you will be in the rankings and you will have the same rewards one more time. Then on the altar of memories, the rewards are different. You don't have any copper inside. Same for the beyond the wall expeditions and the same for the wormwalks, and apparently we have nothing to claim inside. Then last thing before talking about the shop and the things you can buy, you have every side content that is giving to you some copper. Every single side quest is giving you some, and you get some gear as well inside. The bounties are giving some. I don't remember about these ones. No, you don't have any in their historic sites, but just by completing every single content in game, you are gonna have a ton of extra copper if you have some time to spend for that for your 3 classes. And finally, you will find the shop, the battle pass, the daily and weekly missions, the events sometimes. So let's talk about that now. So in the shop here, the first thing, you have some exchange things that you can purchase for free just by finding the lost letters on the map with your tribute points. You have some extra copper there. You can buy that one 4 times per account. You get a ton of extra copper inside. So just buy everything you can in here. This is free. You just need to find the lost letters on the map. Then you can buy some more with your regional currencies, but I don't recommend to do that. In my opinion, this is always better to save your tokens here, these ones for the north and the ones from the reach, to buy the house sigil board first. You need 3,500 tokens here for the reach and the same amount for the north one. Once you have that, it's up to you to do whatever you want with your tokens, and you can buy some materials here. By the way, I am always buying the materials here so I can level up my A state faster. You have 30 every 7 days with each token, so this is very nice. So then you have some copper. You can buy 20k in total with each of your tokens. I don't recommend to do that. This is way too much expensive. You have other things to buy in priority. You have like the powder here if you want to craft some more jewels, and you have other things. It depends on what you want in the game. Then with your artifact piece, I recommend to buy only the cards. So here you get not only more chance to get a high rarity on artifacts you drop, but you can get a lot of copper through the expeditions as well. Sometimes in the special shop, you can find that bundle for 40 golden dragon. I don't know if it is a good thing to buy. This is pretty expensive to me because I showed you before that with 60 golden dragon, you can craft 1 jewel. And by doing that, basically, you are gonna power up your account very fast. Spend all your golden dragon to refill 1 time or 2 times your stamina per day, your RP, and then spend the rest to craft some jewels. Better than getting some extra copper here. If you did everything I told you during that video, normally you shouldn't run out of copper. In the common packages, never use your copper. Things here are way too expensive for what they are. Here, even the cards, this is only 1 expedition, 65k copper? What the hell is that? This is too expensive, guys. If you want to buy some extra copper, you have these 2 packs there. The episode, every time you're gonna click some chapter, later on the main quest, you will have a lot of golden dragon and up to 450k copper. So this is the best pack to buy in game. You need to spend 500 iron bank marks, which is the equivalent of 25 euros. But if you purchase the early access, normally you have some, so it's up to you to decide whether you want to buy that pack or another. And you got a bunch of extra expeditions as well. Then you have the estate pack, in which you have not only golden dragons, but you have also some materials to level up your estate and better quality, better rarity on workers. But remember that later you can hire them, so you are not forced to get them through that pack here. This is the same price as for the other. This is $25. But you also get some extra copper inside. But if you want to know which pack is the best to take for the copper, then probably upgrade your founders pack, because by doing so on the first one you are not only getting some extra things and a lot of iron banks that you can use to buy everything else that I showed you before, then you get also some extra copper, 50k here and a few more things, another mount, and yeah, these doesn't matter, but the mount is pretty cool. And if you want to take the highest pack here, you get even more iron bank marks, and basically you get the best mount in game, so more travel speed, and you get some expeditions and 150 copper inside of it as well. So these are to me the best packs to buy, and maybe the only ones that I recommend to buy outside of the monthly subscription here, because you are getting a lot of things as well, and by completing things using your RP, you are getting just a bit more copper. You are also getting some more RP, so if you want to farm a bit more, get a bit more rewards, then you can get a lot more from here. And the special sale are giving you every day 2000 extra copper and 20 of these special expedition certificates. But this is just a convenience and to get just a few more every day, so it's up to you, it's not mandatory. Then this is something very important to get. This is not mandatory, but if you want to reduce the travel cost by 100%, this is basically the equivalent of €1.50. So this is not a lot, and basically you can travel directly by opening your map from one point to another, and you won't need to spend your copper, because otherwise when you are in the last zone here on the map, it's gonna cost a lot if you want to travel. For example, if I want to travel here, I need to spend basically normally 1000 copper. Alright, so then you have the battle pass. You can get a lot of extra rewards inside, and if you purchase the early access for 25 euros, normally you have some iron bank marks, and you can purchase the premium part here. This is the best thing to take, because inside you have some extra iron bank marks. So by spending 300, you are getting almost your 300 back. If I'm not mistaken, you have 230, 260 here, and 290. So in fact it costs 300 almost, and you get the same as reward. So this is basically the best thing to take here. Then you will have your daily missions. Of course, inside you have 2000 copper per day and other rewards as well. And on the weekly missions, you have also some extra copper. You have 10k. Sometimes you will have some events as well. You have this one when you start the game, 3 daily missions to complete. You get a lot of extra rewards inside of each. And after that, you are getting some extra things as well. So you don't have any copper inside, but you have some cards for the expeditions, and you can get extra rewards, extra goods that you can sell to a merchant for some extra copper. Then you have extra things, you have some cards inside as well. So just to try to do these, you need to farm some content if you want to get in the top. And finally, last chapter of the video, you have the Alliance shop and quest. Weekly, you will have some quests to complete. You will need to kill some elite guards, or clear some bandit camps, or gather some things on the ground. You are getting a ton of extra copper here. You are getting also these Alliance tokens that you can spend in the shop to get a lot of extra things. For now, I'm saving all my tokens for the level 10 here to buy the extra house sigil board. But I'm pretty sure that I will have way more before reaching the level 10, because we are only level 4 for now, and every 7 days you can buy a ton of extra copper here. So basically for 100, I'm gonna buy that. I'm getting 30k extra copper every week in the game. And you have a bunch of extra materials as well. You have things to craft jewels. So I'm gonna take that as well. I think I'm gonna purchase these two materials weekly. These are very nice, and I showed you before, you can buy some of these blueprints and sell them later. So these are all the things that you can purchase in the shop if you want to get some extra copper. Oh, and by the way, I said earlier that I wanted to sell these, so let's do that for an extra 13k copper. So now I am rich, I have more than 1 million. But hey, if you want to enhance your legendary rings and stuff like that, it's gonna require a ton. So don't think that you are rich, because look at the amount of copper I need to spend if I want to level that ring to the max level, which is plus 10 for now, 160k copper. But even if I'm doing that, I will still have a ton of extra copper. And let's jump on my artifacts as well. I know that there is one that normally I can enhance a lot. Let's see this one. I have a ton of materials, so if I want to spend all my things inside, I would need a ton of copper as well. But I can do that because now I found a lot. So probably if I refine that later, I will need 200k copper if I want to use all my materials. But if I want to restore, sorry, I need to use more copper. So this is why farming the copper is very important in that game. Let me know what did you think about all of this in the comment below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and a comment. If you want to support me as a content creator, as I said at the beginning of the video, you will find a link in the description of all my videos. Just need to click on one button and there we go, you will support me. So thank you so much to everyone who is supporting me. Have a really nice day, guys. See you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.